This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'd like to be joined by WBO middleweight champion Savannah Marshall. Savannah, big weekend ahead for yourself. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. I didn't know we were live. I was just staring at the camera there. Apologise if I frightened anyone.
Thought I'd said something wrong there. Anyway, on to a big week for yourself. Obviously, Femke Hermans, and then we'll come on to Claressa Shields later on. But important to you not to have a gimmick fight ahead of a potential undisputed fight.
No, I've got Femke. For me, Femke's a really tough opponent. She's from world champion, reigning European champion. She's only ever been beat off world champions, so I'm expecting a hard fight from. People are saying Femke, people are saying Femke. Hermans.
I think I'm right in saying you two were actually meant to fight previously, and she got pulled a couple of days before, I think due to COVID. You've had a long time to sort of watch her and get ready for her. What does she do well?
It was this time last year. I was meant to box on I think it was Matchroom, Ben versus Vargas, I think. And anyway, she went to go and get on the plane and tested positive for COVID, where I think she missed her flight yesterday, and her second flight got cancelled. So I think she's just got an issue with flying, I think. But no, she's awkward. She's very awkward. She's a switch hitter. So I've trained hard. I've trained for her style, and I'm very confident.
I'm sure there's been very little talk of Claressa Shields in camp between yourself and Peter. How important is it to put all of that to the back of your mind, despite people like me asking you about it all week?
Well, this is the thing. Claressa's been there for the past 4 or 5 years, every interview, so it's nothing new to me. I'm really tunnel visioned anyway, and like I said, I'm not stupid. I can't overlook Hermans. So, like I said, Claressa's always mentioned. She's always there in the background.
Just to go back to Cardiff, I was watching from home. I got to say, I very much enjoyed what I was seeing. But when they want to bring a fighter in and do a face-off after a fight, it can sometimes be a little bit awkward at times. But it seemed to gel really well. People seem to enjoy it. What was going through your head when it was all going on, though?
No, I remember going over and she tried to fist pump me, and I remember thinking, hang on a minute, you've done help but slag me off all week. Not that I booted off, but I couldn't hold my tongue.
She is flying in this week. Look, with her being here and all the build-up, and Adam Smith's telling me yesterday, look, it's done. Savannah just needs to win. Does that pressure come to your head at all, or do you manage to block it all out?
No, like I said, the Claressa fight's always been talked about. It's always been, are you fighting Claressa next? People thought when I started advertising for tickets, people thought I was fighting Claressa this fight. So it's always been there. So it's not anything new, really.
In terms of that fight, Adam told me yesterday that Newcastle is a real, genuine possibility for a fight of that magnitude that could inspire so many people as well coming through. How much does it mean to you that could be a home fight for you? You're not going to have to travel. It's going to be right here on your doorstep.
See, I'm not actually a Geordie. I'm from Hartlepool, but Newcastle is like my closest city, and I'd love for it to be in St James's Park. It's Newcastle United, especially when you were a kid growing up in the 90s, it was the team. And I'd love for it to be the likes of, Lewis Ritson on the bill, Troy Williamson, the McCormacks, Mark Dickman. I think it'd be unreal. The likelihood of it happening, because we're all with different promoters and that now, I don't know, but look, you can always dream.
Just want to talk about your kind of bond with Peter Fury. Peter's been someone who's very selective over who he works with. He doesn't have a large number of fighters in the gym at any time. I just want you to tell me a bit about that bond between yourself and Peter. You've had a good while together now. Can you tell us a bit about that working relationship?
It's a good working relationship. I think there was a thing quite recently where I was having a conversation with Huey. It brought a bit of a tear to me, actually. I was having a bit of a conversation with Huey, and I was just saying, Peter's got another son, and I'd went to London with his other son to watch Huey box, and I was saying to Huey how comfortable I felt, and he was with all his mates, and sometimes you'd be like stood there for a spare part, but I never any really looked after me the whole weekend, and I was just saying how lovely it was, and Huey turned around and said, "Oh, it's because you're family." And I thought, "Oh God, wow!" I nearly filled up. But yeah, it's lovely. Peter's really took me under his wing, and not just him, his whole family, his wife, his sons, his daughters. They treat me like one of their own, and I think in boxing that's what you need. You need that person that you can trust, especially when you're in the corner and they're telling you to do things. You could easily go on your own path and make decisions by yourself. But ultimately, I trust Peter and I listen to everything he says.
Right, Savannah, a lot of media to get through today, so thank you for speaking to Boxing Social. I'm sure we'll catch you after the fight.